The $750 Million Paperclip. You can also see the day. I was sitting inside a $750 million Fireball, and the only thing that could save my life was a 39-cent piece of office stationery. It was April 30th, 1966. I'm strapped into the XB-70 Valkyrie, the most beautiful, dangerous, and expensive aircraft the world had ever seen. This thing wasn't just a plane. It was a white-hot rocket ship designed to fly at Mach 3. 3 times the speed of sound. The air outside was so thin, it felt like space, and the friction was so intense, the metal skin of the Valkyrie was literally glowing. Everything was perfect, until we tried to come home. As we prepped for landing at Edwards Air Force Base, a sickening crunch echoed through the cockpit. My heart dropped into my stomach. The nose gear, the wheel that keeps us from face-planting into the desert at 200 miles per hour, was jammed. A short circuit had frozen the gear halfway out. The tires were shredded against the door. We tried the hydraulics. Nothing. We tried the backup electrical system. Dead silence. Imagine driving a massive, experimental skyscraper through the air and realize you have no way to stop it from tumbling into a million pieces the moment you touch the ground. You can also see the man, and not a question. But if you have a bladder, what happened? See, and not a question. For 2 hours, we circled. 2 hours of staring at the fuel gauge as it ticked toward empty. Down on the ground, engineers were screaming into their headsets, frantically flipping through blueprints. We tried touch and goes, slamming the plane against the runway to try and jar the gear loose. Bam! The whole airframe groaned, but the gear didn't budge. I looked over at my co-pilot, Joe Cotton. His face was pale, set in a grim mask. If we couldn't fix this, we'd have to eject. And in a plane this fast, there was a good chance we wouldn't make it out alive. You can also see the day. The engineers finally found the culprit, a blown circuit breaker. To fix it, we needed to bridge 2 electrical terminals, but we didn't have tools. We were in a sealed, pressurized cockpit at 30,000 feet. Joe grabbed his briefcase. He started dumping out papers, his hands shaking slightly. Then he saw it, a tiny, silver, binder-style paperclip. He didn't hesitate. He pulled on a heavy flight glove, reached deep into the guts of the glowing electrical panel, and jammed that paperclip across the terminals. Click! That tiny sound was the most beautiful thing I'd ever heard. The nose gear locked into place. You can also see the day. But we weren't safe yet. We hit the runway at 173 knots. The moment we touched down, the brakes locked. Boom! Tires exploded. Fire flashed along the belly of the plane like a blowtorch. Smoke filled the horizon as the drag chutes snapped open, pulling at us like a giant hand. When the dust settled, we were alive. The Valkyrie, the $750 million crown jewel of the Air Force, was intact, all because of a piece of wire that cost less than a stick of gum. 6 weeks later, this same plane would be destroyed in a tragic mid-air collision. But for one day in April, human grit and a simple office supply beat the most advanced technology on Earth. It makes you wonder, what's the smallest thing that ever saved your day? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more insane history.